Obviously, this is a beautiful woman, but what makes her beautiful? What do you think makes her beautiful? Take a moment and think about it and let me know. To me, what makes her beautiful is her smile. But this was a portrait of Miss Evan Matthews, and at the time this was commissioned, she was known as one of the most beautiful ladies in the land. Think Psyche. And the painter who painted her he was enthralled by her, so he wanted to capture her beauty. This was the goal of the painting. And so, take a look at the way the dog is looking back up at her lovingly, and it's drawing attention back to her face. And then you want to take a look at all the colors. She's on a gorgeous estate somewhere, and all the vibrant blues and the greens, they're bringing out the blush on her cheeks, highlighting, blush is beautiful, of course. There's also the moment of her dress. Look at all of the texture that's in it, and it looks like you've caught her in the middle of a walk. Just imagine she's taking a walk, and this is just what she looks like on a little walk, Could you imagine being this beautiful on a walk? Yeah. So little things like that. And also I think the movement of her dress signifies the youth, the beauty of youth, and how she's coming and going, she's not just as opposed to, I think if she was sitting down, she'd look a little stagnant. Should I stand up? So yeah. But the movement really it suggests play and just, I don't know, fun, And of course there's her smile, which I love her smile. It's very, and her neck. Her necks at the time were considered very sexy. And also the color of her dress. Notice how this matte silver it almost blends in with her skin tone, so she's kind of shining, like she's as luminescent as her gown. And also back at the time, you wanted to look as pale as possible, because being pale meant you didn't step foot outside, you didn't do a day of work, So yeah, think about that. Think about Miss Evan Matthews, and then we're gonna look at another painting and compare it. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Okay, now if the previous painting was using elements to convey beauty, let's compare what the elements of this painting are trying to do. So what's the first thing you notice about this woman? For me, hold on, I'm gonna move right over here. Oh God. Sorry. Okay. So to me, the first thing I noticed about her was this all black background. It kind of sets a serious tone. It's at first I thought it was hideous, I'm gonna be so honest. And you also notice there's a shape of a circle around her head. Notice she's not showing her neck. She doesn't want you to see her neck. But also the circle, it makes you focus on her face, and she's not smiling. She doesn't want to be I think a smile would almost be you're looking at someone's making you laugh on the other side, and she doesn't want you. No one's making her laugh. She's a serious woman, and she is intimidating in that front because, women and all that, just blah blah blah, you should smile, blah blah, whatever. Also, look at this hand on this box provides space and depth to the painting. It kind of it gives you a little idea of where she is in the room, because the black image doesn't really do that. So you can kind of see it's her in this box, in this room. And also a hand on something in a portrait meant ownership over something, so clearly she has power, and that's what she wants to convey, without a doubt. Because again, the no smiling, the hand, She's also wearing a bunch of jewels. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see, I know. And again, with the black background, there's no pictorial image. She doesn't want you to know where she is or what she's doing. She wants you to focus on her. So, hold on. Okay, shall we keep going? Okay. So based on all of these things, like, who do you think she is? Who do you think she is in society, based on all of the elements that are told to make a painting? And also, while you think about that, let me tell you that back in the day, getting your portrait done was like everything around you was meant to tell you about the person. So keep that in mind. Like, she's not really showing you a lot. She just wants to show you how she like appears like right away. And she doesn't want, I don't know, she doesn't want to tell you like that she's on a beach, that maybe she likes beaches. No, she wants you to only look at her in her hand. So this is actually Queen Margaret, Queen of Austria. Yep, she's wearing a bunch of jewels. Actually, I know you probably can't see it, but right in the center of her chest, she's wearing this huge diamond, and it's actually known as the Elizabeth Taylor diamond. Like, Queen Margaret of Austria is just wearing that diamond. So yeah, I just think it's so fascinating how, like, the elements add so much to this picture. Like, imagine if, for the Miss Evans portrait, if she was painted against a black background, do you think she would look as beautiful as she does, like, in the countryside? I don't think she would. Like, I don't, you know? And imagine if Queen Margaret was smiling, do you think we'd be thinking of her, like, do you think it would just, like, take away everything else that's, like, in the portrait, and we would just, like, view her as something, like, of an object, of a plaything? As opposed to, like, the no smile, she's, like, telling you, she's like, I am serious, and I am not, like, I'm not your girl, because, you know, well, I'm not gonna lie, first, when I saw this, I was like, she's looking ugly, like, why would you want to look like this, like, in your portrait? But, like, now I respect it, like, the hard smile, and I think her hands are beautiful. Okay, that's all I have to say. Oh my god.